I'm really so touched. Thank you so much. I'm enjoying this so much. I should have done it years ago. I can still remember my first annual meeting when I was asked to come in when I was hired, but before I started and meet the community, and there were about 25 people in the room, and I can see how many more people are excited about me leaving than they were about me coming. But I'll take that as a compliment. Another thing that Prue told me when we discussed how to dress is she told me I speak too much. She said, learn to shut up and listen. And since I don't want to ruin such a nice evening, I've written something very, very short. Who wants to ruin it now? And I just want to say thank you. Thank you for being here this evening. Thank you for your support of Federation over the years, as staff, as board members, as committee members and solicitors, agency and congregational leaders, and most importantly, as donors. And finally, thank you for allowing me to lead your Federation for the last 9 years. It has been an honor and a privilege. Over the years, there have been certain things that I have learned. A Jewish community is a living organism. As such, in order for it to remain healthy, it needs all of its parts to fulfill their functions well individually, and also to work in support of one another collaboratively. It can never perform optimally without the full commitment of every part to one another. Communities, like organisms, have and need an innate memory, whether it be institutional or biological. The Jewish community has a memory that goes back thousands of years, and that is a lot to remember. But without the history that made us who we are today, how will we know who we need to be tomorrow? Communities should evolve, not reinvent themselves. Change is necessary to stay fresh and attractive, but the best changes happen intentionally and incrementally with clear goals in mind. It has not been unusual for people to ask me why a federation is still necessary in the internet era when everyone has instant access to everyone and everything. I have two answers. First, the Federation is the internet of the Jewish community. While all other Jewish organizations have their web pages that serve specific purposes, segments of the population, and distinct missions, the mission of the Federation is to link and be the conduit to every corner of the Jewish world. Federation is the glue that holds the Jewish web together. The second reason is simpler. There's the reason that every Jewish community of any size, more than 150 of them, have federations. No Jewish community has figured out how to sustain itself without one. Like any other community of substance, we have many opinions on most things. We do not all see the world the same way or speak with a single voice, and we are stronger for our diversity of opinions. But we need to wrestle with our differences together and allow all voices to be heard respectfully. Our tent has to be large enough for all opinions, all observances, and all lifestyles. Ann Arbor is blessed to have terrific professional and volunteer leadership. You give so much of yourselves in both capacities, and you are rarely acknowledged for what you do. You are more likely to hear criticism from people who lack your commitment than the thanks you deserve for your time, thoughtful input, and other contributions. But I hope you will appreciate each other. You complement each other and are so much better when you value one another. People have spoken of me as being a teacher and a mentor, but I have learned just as much, if not more, from all of you. One person I've learned an especially lot from over the years. There's somebody I want to recognize especially, and that is Mike Levine. I've come to know Mike very well over the years. And whereas he was someone I had to meet, because he's our largest donor, what I learned is he is also one of our largest hearts, people of generosity, and people who give not only because he can, but because he wants to, and he wants to make a difference. Mike and I have spent a lot of time together, especially recently, and helping him a little bit with a book that he's writing, and I've learned so much, and I've come to appreciate so much what the Jewish community means to him and how much he wants to help. And it's been a pleasure for me and an honor for me. And I just want to thank Mike, who, without people knowing, has helped to make almost every agency we have in this town more successful, with more capacity and more more ability to do good in the world. He was at a bridge tournament today in Indianapolis or something like that? Chicago, right. And I said, Mike, I'd really like for you to be at the annual meeting. And he said, well, I have a bridge tournament in Chicago, but he says, well, maybe I can change when I play and I'll just take charter a small plane back. And I said, God, I hope he didn't do that. It's raining. I can't imagine him in some small plane flying back from Chicago. And then he was here before I was. I said, Mike, what happened? He said, I wanted to be here so much, I just won the tournament quickly. Anyway, I've been blessed to have the opportunity to work with all of you. Thank you again for your efforts, your trust, and your friendship. And to Eileen, Eileen was, she's my bookend. She was the director when I arrived, and she'll be the director when I leave. And it couldn't be in better hands. Thank you, all of you, so much.